It's Tuesday, everybody. I hope you're having a wonderful Tuesday. It is a little bit rainy today, but still beautiful out there. I love all the flowers that are blossoming now, and the forsythia are out, and it is gorgeous. So I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in. I am absolutely delighted that so many of you watch these live videos to meet all of these inspiring female entrepreneurs and business people. And you're making me get up in the morning, have a shower, feel good about myself. So I thank you, because if I didn't have to, I probably wouldn't. And I'd be schlepping around in my things that, I don't feel so hot in. So thank you, because I feel good today. I got my beautiful floral top on. I put like 3 necklaces on, earrings, my favorite Blue Mist lip gloss. So thank you so much. You guys are awesome. So before I bring Catherine on, I'm so excited for you to meet her. It is our virtual Treat Yourself Tuesday, so you can go online. You can shop our showroom. When you go to our website, there's a big banner I've put on there, and it says Shop the Showroom, so you can just click there, and it'll take you into our showroom, and our Swarovski crystal layering pieces are 25% off. So if there's anything you need from there, you can definitely shop there. And then there's a couple of things I wanted to show you live in person. You may have seen that I am doing a Mother's Day gift box with Audrey from Be Brave Now and Crystal from Blue Mist. And so the gift box comes with 3 items. One is this fabulous t-shirt, Extraordinary Woman. And Audrey makes these shirts, and the vinyl lettering is really cool. It's like an iridescent, and it's absolutely beautiful. The fit is wonderful. What I love about these shirts is they fit nicely, and they're long, so no belly buttons showing, no, kidneys getting cold, that kind of stuff. So the t-shirt's great. That's what it looks like. And then I've done a little coordinating necklace to go with the t-shirt, with a little magnesite stone on it and preciosa crystals. And then Crystal has made an enchanted breeze, beautiful butter for your hands, because the hands are dry right now. And then we have a nice little nourishing lip balm as well. So all of those items, there's a value of $100, and we are selling the gift box for $60. There's 23 left, so we can take 23 more orders, and then we have to close. We'll be selling these until Friday. So yeah, get your orders in, and let's make Mother's Day extra special with this gift box. And also, if you have friends that you want to send something to, you're thinking of, I'm just grabbing over here. These are our beautiful little sparkling stacking bracelets, and they're really fun too. So 3 come in a package, and they're $35, and we will even customize a little note for you to send along. So those are the things you're going to see on our website, and we're really excited about them. But what I'm mostly excited about today is for you to meet my dear friend Catherine. We have quite a history, and we're going to talk all about that today. And Catherine is a realtor in Toronto. She's extraordinary, amazing at her job, and I can't wait for you to meet her. So let's not wait anymore. Here she comes.
Oh, hello.
Oh, hello.
Just enjoying a cup of tea.
I feel like I should be changing my mug.
Mm-hmm. This
My
is
mug
really like
says,
when you come to sleep over.
That's right, it does. Oh my God. My mug has a positive message. It says, "Sparkle never goes out of style."
Oh, no. So true. Lovely. Oh, you're all frozen. There you are.
You know what? The internet, yeah, sometimes we might have a little in and out, but we come back fast, so that's good.
Excellent.
Catherine, I love your background there.
Oh, I thank you. It has all my diplomas.
Oh, yeah. Looks great.
All of my my yoga diplomas, my real estate, my Reiki,
Awesome.
and then Where's Audrey? Audrey Hepburn, cousin
Love
Audrey.
it. That's great. That was a good point too. I still have trouble with that on video. Where am I pointing? Where are those flowers?
Backwards.
Oh gosh. So Catherine, I actually wanted to start off by saying one of your posts that you did recently inspired me so much because I was on the fence about this.
Mm-hmm.
So for vanity's sake, I was on the fence about, do I dye my roots or not? And then this girl, Catherine, does this awesome post where she talks about gray roots for solidarity.
There we go.
We're staying safe and staying home. And I thought, yes, that's why I don't want to do these roots. It's for solidarity. We're all going through this together.
We're all in the same boat. And it's interesting because I did go for a listing appointment with my team leader yesterday, a safe listing appointment.
Yeah.
And her hair is always beautifully blow dried and colored and everything. And girl, she was sporting curls and she had like this nice, juicy, thick gray hairs going through. And she just looked gorgeous, you know, just,
wow.
I am woman. See me roar. This is who I am.
I love it.
And nobody cared.
Yeah. Isn't it great? It kind of shows you that we're more beautiful. Well, you've said that to me before, Catherine. We're the most beautiful when we don't try so hard.
Oh my goodness. Yes, absolutely. And the less makeup, the better.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Although, you know, a little eyeliner and mascara and lip gloss doesn't hurt, but
yeah,
you know, you got to let your skin breathe. I actually like the way that my gray hair is coming through. It feels nice. It feels healthy.
Mm-hmm. I like it too. It gives me a lift.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. We all need a lift.
What a lift. Yeah. Oh my gosh. So for everyone, I see some people are watching. Some of you know Catherine. Some of you don't know Catherine. I went to high school with Catherine's brother.
Little brother.
And we were really good friends. And he's an amazing DJ. And that's another story. But I went to see your brother way after high school. I went to the Kingdom in 1994, I think. And he said, hey, Moni, how's the jewelry biz? And I said, oh, you know, I'm getting into it. I love it. He goes, you got to talk to my sister, Catherine. She could sell the jewelry for you. She's a big rep with her own company in New York. And I nearly fell over. I was like, oh my God, no, don't tell your sister about me. There's no way. I'm not ready for that. Like she's going to, no. And so I had Catherine on this pedestal and I was like, oh my God, one day I shall meet Catherine. The great Catherine, and I'll show her my little trinkets. And it was so silly. And Nicholas kept saying, you guys will get along so well. This is great. And then after, I think it was a few years later, a twist and turn of events, you ended up moving back to Burlington and we met and we hit it off. And Catherine was my Glam Jewels sales rep for a number of years when I was still working full time. Yeah. So you've had such an incredible turn of events in your life, in your career. So I was hoping you could take people back to New York and you started your company first in Canada, right?
Yeah, so yeah. I actually worked for a wholesale company for many years, and we imported French costume jewelry. And I learned a lot from this woman, as crazy as she was. And I met some amazing people, including Joelle's. And so she decided to sell the company. It didn't work out, and I opened up my own company. And as the gods would have it, all of those jewelry designers came and they stayed with me. And I had a very good, prosperous career. Sears and Eaton's were my clients. The buyer was very good to me. And I had amazing buyers as well, like Joelle. Joelle always supported me and Risque in Toronto. And I was very blessed. And I was living with my parents in the basement trying to figure things out. I had just broken up and I didn't know where I wanted to land. So it came to a point where I was like, do I take my business to another level, or do I just shut it down and travel the States? And I thought, all I have is a cat. I don't have a guy. I don't have any property. I don't have anything. So I just shut the company down. It was called Tattoo. And I got offered a job in California, and that lasted for about 5 minutes. I fell in love with a guy in New York. I moved back to New York, and I lived in Manhattan for a while, did some odd jobs, and then I was offered a job at Nomination, which was the Italian charm bracelet company. And I worked for them for a couple of years up until 9/11. So our office was about 2 blocks away from Ground Zero.
Right.
And that changed my life a little bit, just a little bit.
I'll say.
My whole perspective, and I realized I wasn't happy, and there was just more life to explore. So I quit my job and went to a yoga ashram in the Bahamas and became a yoga teacher, spent a month there. Yeah, it's incredible. I've had a lot of leaps of faith. And I've just trusted that, there's a lot of world out there, and I had to go and find it and find myself. And so when I came back to New York, things didn't really work out as well. And I moved to Tucson. I was there for another 5 hot minutes, and I decided it was just time to come back home where I knew how to do business. And I love Canada. Canada is great. Like, don't get me wrong, there's some great places in the States, but Canada is home and where family is. So
that's wonderful. And I was going to say, there's a lot of people watching right now, Catherine. I don't think you can see on your end. I can see you tuning in, and a lot of you ladies probably collected those Nomination bracelets and lined up at Joelle's for them. And you can thank Catherine for bringing them to Canada. You were the one.
Yeah, we actually had an intervention with Joelle. We invited her and Jeff over to my parents' house, where I was living again, because I'm that kid that never leaves.
Yeah.
And she was pregnant with her first kid. Anyway, we made her get Nomination, and that's that's it.
That's amazing. So much history there
for that. And I also worked behind the counter as well at Joelle's for a while when I came back to Canada.
Yeah, that's right. And that's where we connected. So when I met Catherine, Catherine said, "Your jewels are great. Let's get together. Let's talk about it." And I still remember I lived on New Street at the time, and I had this tiny little room upstairs where I did all my jewels. And Catherine came over, and she had a cute little T-shirt on, and we each grabbed a Corona. And I said, "Do you want a glass?" And she goes, "Nah." And I'm like, "All right, this is my kind of girl." And we just sat up there and we played around with beads and chains. And you actually gave me so many great ideas from those days, way back, like on design and how to switch things up. I remember when I used to do my little floating necklaces, and they were all like so symmetrical. So my personality very like, must be like this. And you were like, why don't you jumble things up a little? Look at how it looks like this. And it would just like exploded from there. We were selling those like crazy.
Yeah.
And you were such a road warrior, Catherine. You were out on the road selling my jewels to boutiques. And I remember thinking at that time, like we were both in our 30s then, right? And I had always loved being creative, but until I met you, I didn't make the connection of the magic of creativity, because you were so great at explaining to me, when you make these things and create them, you put your hands on them and your energy goes into them, and your happiness is spreading around to all these women when they put that necklace on their necks. And I was like, oh my God, that's so great, right?
Yeah, so important. And I always loved, when I go to stores, I'd always take your jewelry and spread it all out in the beautiful colors. And I would tell them all about what an amazing person you are and your energy. And people just want that. They want to feel good with whatever they're doing. They want to do business with somebody that they feel good with, and they want to wear stuff that makes them feel good. And that's why I love wearing your jewelry, because it's great energy.
Oh, that's great.
Right.
And so we worked together for about 10 years, I guess.
And something like that.
Something like that. And then I still remember, then you were living in Toronto, and I think we were standing in the parking lot of the lofts where you lived.
Right.
And I said, "So Catherine, they offered me a package at Canada Post, my whole department, I can leave and pursue the jewelry full time. And you said, oh, Moni, I just finished my real estate course and I don't know if I can keep doing this full time for you anymore. And I was like, oh my God, but it was like everything happened at the right time, right?
All that timing.
And then, so I continued where you left off. I was now my own salesperson.
Wearing your crazy colors.
Yeah.
You want to wear as a postie.
Yeah, exactly. That's right. Yeah. And then you went on your real estate journey, and you've been so that would have been 2000.
Got my license in 2006 in May, and then I can't remember if it was September or the following spring. I was too busy, and I didn't have the time to give to glam. So that's where we kind of switched things. So, but I've been doing real estate since 2006.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Yeah. God, it's so great. And I want you to tell people about sort of what's happening right now in the market, but also I want to say this. I remember when you first started, I remember hearing other realtors and, oh, the market's tough right now and blah, blah, blah. And you were like, well, it's a buyer's market. You just got to work with buyers. What's the problem? And you were just out there like, yeah, hey, any buyers want to work with me? And you were finding stuff all over the place. And, you know, you never got caught up in like, I have to have a listing and I need my face on a giant billboard. And not that it's about that, but you were just like, oh, it's buyer time. So that's what I'm focusing on. So I love that you're always sort of, you're very thoughtful in the way that you work with your customers, and it's never about you. It's always about what people need. And I think you're very, very good at that.
Well, thanks, Moni. I appreciate that. Yeah. I mean, there's always an opportunity in every market. And 2008, you know, everybody panicked and they're like, oh my God, the sky's falling. And I just thought, oh my God, this is a great opportunity for buyers to get into the market because prices actually had gone down quite a bit at that point. And, you know, right now we have challenges as well. And again, we have to roll with the punches. And, you know, to speak to the market, you know, I can speak to the Toronto market. And I did also talk to Peter McCormick, who is an agent with Royal LePage in Oakville. And it mirrors the Toronto market. Showings did go down quite a bit. Showings did go down about 80%. But since Easter, they've actually gone up 30%. So I think that buyers and sellers are understanding how to work with COVID protocol and getting more confident in showing homes safely. At the end of the day, people still need to buy and sell. So it's the new way of doing real estate and people are getting on board with it. So showings are still down, listings are still down. There are buyers out there. The price points that are doing really well are first-time buyers. They are driving the market right now because a lot of them, they don't have a home to sell, where the hesitation comes as if you have a home to sell. There's a bit of insecurity there, which is completely understandable. It's not a normal market. So, you know, what I would say to people is if you are a first-time buyer, this is a great opportunity where you can actually do offers conditional on financing. You can do your due diligence, which is something that you don't really get the opportunity to do in a normal market. So I'm really encouraging my first-time buyers to get out there. We've got masks, we've got gloves, everybody's wiping down their houses. We've got a protocol. So it is, you know, if you follow protocol, you can do this safely. The home, and if you are selling your home, you have to have patience. Again, you know, this is key. It's patience. Things are just going a little bit more slowly. But homes are selling. The prices like the 1.5 million and up, those are a little bit much slower off the hop to sell. They are selling. Peter said there were 4 that sold last week in Oakville. That's pretty slow. So patience is the key. Safety is the key, and there is opportunity out there. So
great. Yeah. Oh, that's good. And I guess it kind of goes along with what's happening right now, where everything was like such a race before, and people were like, not doing conditions based on home inspection and just because they wanted to get the house,
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
now it's like the pace is slowed, right? Like,
Yeah, which is actually really nice. I love this pace, it's just you have time to think, and it's actually really quite lovely because you just this time of year is always so frantic. Springtime. I've actually enjoyed it, 15 years. I've never really enjoyed spring, and I see people riding their bicycles or working on their lawns or something, and I'm running in my high heels and got to get to the next appointment. And oh my gosh.
yeah.
And I certainly don't mind that, but it's also really nice to enjoy nature. And
Yeah, for sure. And you know what? That is a great segue. So just taking it back to when I first met Catherine. So I had been at Canada Post working day and night. Well, not day and night at Canada Post, but working full days at Canada Post. Then, coming home, working on my business, everything's work, work, work all the time. And then I meet Catherine and she goes, "Hey, I got my rollerblades in the trunk. Why don't you meet me down at the boardwalk?" I'm like,
right.
I go, "Oh, okay." So I go down there. And anyway, every time I hang out with Catherine, I feel like we're in an after school special. She's like, "Let's go here. Why don't we try this? Let's go have an ice cream. Let's it's like as soon as we're together, we're not two professional women in our 50s now. We're like kids on our bikes. I go visit you. We go down to the Leslie Spit. We have sleepovers. We do so many fun, youthful things together. And you've always had that spirit, Catherine. Like
we play well together, don't we, Moni? We
do.
You love to do whatever, you can't just ask anybody to go on a bicycle in the streets of Toronto, but you don't have any fear. So, but you got to learn how to play, we're all, we are busy being professional and everything like that, but play gets us in touch with our inner child and makes us happy. And I love that. I like put me in the dirt, It's funny because when I show homes and we go into the backyard and I've already taken my shoes off at the front, they're like, "Well, would you want to take your shoes and to go into the backyard?" And I'm like, "Hell no, I want to be in my bare feet." I want to be in the grass,
Oh, yeah, that's so great.
It's really important to do that and to appreciate your inner child, definitely.
Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And this time, that has just, the whole world has slowed down. It's been a very introspective time, and I hope everybody out there has been really taking advantage of this time, because it will be over soon. I'm actually starting to get anxious because I'm like, oh my God, there's light at the end of the tunnel. I'm going to have to start working again. But it's a great time to reflect and go in and see what you want to keep in your life and what you don't want to keep.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And Catherine called me the other day because she just bought herself an easel.
Yes, I did. Yes.
That's so great. So what are you do? Are you doing watercolor?
Yeah, some watercolors, and it's fun. I haven't painted since I was a kid, and I've always thought of myself as being an artist. That's what I told myself when I was a kid, but I've never done it. And I started drawing, and I was like, oh my God, I can do this.
Wow. So, and what do you find your drawing and painting? Like, what is it that's inspiring?
Flowers and hearts, bright colors, fuchsia. I printed stuff out on paper. My first thing was something amazing will happen today. And then just coloring it, and I have it by my bed. So when I get up in the morning, I see it.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Something amazing happens every day.
That's so great.
Yeah.
Catherine, I'd love for you to tell people also about your yoga journey and then going into the Reiki as well. You've had a real spiritual journey. And how old were you when that sort of started for you?
Well, when I remember when I was a little kid, my mom and my sister would do these funny positions like headstands and, shoulder stands and all these fun things. And I didn't really know what it was all about. And in my 20s, I had a tough relationship, and it was tumultuous. And my sister would take me to these yoga classes, and I just remember coming out of the yoga classes, going in stressed out, coming back like, I got this, I can handle this. I had cleared my head. It was always an amazing feeling. And when I moved to New York, again, my life was in upheaval, and I met a friend there, and she was with Shivananda, and I had, again, gone through another breakup, and I decided to go to the Shivananda ashram in the Catskills for the weekend. Driving in my little green Beetle, smoking cigarettes. And it's like I rolled up, and you go in and check in. It's like Pigpen, with all the dope and cigarettes. You're probably like, oh my God, who the hell is this? So that was the beginning. I was hooked. I had the most euphoric weekend up there. I was hooked. And so my friend, actually, she went and did the yoga teacher training in the Bahamas, and she came back and started a jewelry line called Satya, which is a really big jewelry line. And so I thought, oh my God, I should go down there and do that after 9/11. So it just became part of every facet of my life, doing yoga every day, the chanting, the philosophies that they teach you. It makes me calmer. When I get stressed out, I do yoga, I do breathing. So it's just part of my life. And so I have my yoga teacher training, and now I am doing my Reiki master. So I have been seeing my Reiki. It always seems like after a breakup, you search for something. So after I split up with my husband, I decided I needed some spiritual healing, and I met my current yoga teacher. And so I've been seeing her for 8 years. And if I wasn't seeing her every 2 weeks, I think I'd be a completely different person. I think I would be extremely unhappy. I could be sick. There's so much that emotional turmoil will do to you physically and emotionally. So I've been seeing her for 8 years, every 2 weeks. And I did my first degree. I actually started my first degree 5 years ago on Friday, the day that my mother passed away. And then I did my second degree a year later, actually just after we buried my dad, because my dad died just after that. And so now I am doing my Reiki master, which is a year-long journey. And it's interesting that I've been doing it because now we're in the middle of COVID and the whole world is slowed down. So it's actually really quite powerful.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's amazing.
And I'm so happy that you're doing it now. You've been into your first degree.
Yeah, exactly. So Catherine and I, we're like sisters. We talk about everything. And I was having a tough time, and Catherine said, okay, I've been telling you for 3 years now to call my Reiki lady, and I'm going to tell you again. You're going to do it now. And I was like,
I'll call you and bring you there myself.
Yeah. I have to drag you by the back of your head. Yeah. So now I've been, I don't know if it's been a year. Oh yeah, it probably has, coming up to about a year now. And I did my Reiki level 1, and I was so lucky because Catherine was there as doing her Reiki master. So she was one of my teachers in that training, which was really special. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But it's so amazing, Catherine. And we were having a conversation the other day about how with the Reiki, it's kind of one of those things when you're doing it every 2 weeks like that, and you're seeing someone and talking about your feelings and exploring your emotions and everything. It's almost like the day before I have a bit of dread, like, oh man, I don't want to open up all that shit. I'm fine. Let's bury that to the,
It's easier to bury it.
And then of course our woman who we see, she's so magical that even if you tried to hide it, she gets it out of you.
Yeah. And it is work, it is work dredging up emotions and things that you've buried and things you don't want to face, but there's such a payoff. I always liken it to the incredible being of lightness. It just lightens you. It's like you just let go of stuff you've been hanging on to for years and years and years. It creates space so that you can put into it what you want.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And one of the things I really love about it is the transition of like internalizing things and trying to control everything to now being an observer of life. And, and it really is, I think it's eye-opening from an ego perspective too. Like you just realize you're able to let go and realize like we are all spiritual beings and we are observing and we are learning, and we can't judge why we're here or why maybe this area of our life isn't working the way we want it to, or it just has to be, because the world is, I think we're learning that even more now, as like all of humanity is learning that Mother Nature has a huge problem with how we're treating the earth, and she's taking care of it.
Yeah, we're not in control of anything. The only thing we're in control of is ourselves and how we react to things. Yeah, I think that's really important. Especially when you're having problems with friends or family or something like that. Like there's conflict, and a lot of times that conflict has got nothing to do with you. And if you can let go of thinking that it's got something to do with you, you can observe it, and there's less pain, and the other person goes through whatever they need to go through. Mm-hmm. So yeah, Mother Nature's teaching us a big lesson right now, and she's rebounded much faster. Like just in a month, she's repaired so much stuff that we've tried to destroy for years and years and years. Yeah. She doesn't need us. We need her. Remember that, folks.
Yeah, exactly. Right. It's so funny. So, Boink, my dog, is a barker. Like she barks at every sound. So we have this it's very gentle. My husband actually tried it on. So it's like a little collar, and it just gives off a little vibration when you press a button. And then she's like, okay, I know I have to be quiet now. Right. Doesn't hurt her, but it's a reminder. It's a reminder. So now that we're on day 40, whatever, of COVID, in the afternoon, so I'm at the studio by myself. The geese come. There are like 20, 30 geese at a time sometimes, and they're all yapping. And I said to Wayne, we got to buy those collars for all the geese. They're so loud. And they have kind of a bark.
Yeah, I know.
You see me out there zapping geese?
They need the cone of silence. Silence.
Stop pooping everywhere. Yeah.
I've noticed there are so many robins out there. I live at Greenwood and Dundas and Greenwood Park. The other day there were like 50 robins out there getting big juicy worms, and I was walking down Carla in Riverdale, and there were 2 hawks. And one was flying from corner to corner. It was incredible. I never see hawks in my area. And there's a family of fox down under the boardwalk and the beach right now. She had little puppies. Yeah, wildlife is coming out. It is so beautiful, and we're so loud as human beings. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it's nice to be quiet, and
the world is so quiet right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
We have to enjoy this. So anybody who's struggling, I know we're all having different struggles, but it's nice just to listen to how quiet everything is. The planet's actually vibrating much less right now too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it's interesting. I find the only thing I struggle with right now is my grocery day. I feel like I get kind of wound up about people coming too close or not following the arrows, or like there was a lady yesterday whipping through with her cart, going the wrong way up the aisles, and there's elderly people. It's not even just for me. I would there are elderly people that have to shop. They don't have anyone, and I wanted to yell out obscenities at her. But yeah, that part is sort of, I feel like we're also sensitive because some of us are very wound up about it. Other people are like, okay, well, I can only do what I can do, a little more laid back. And then other people are like, this is ridiculous. I want my life back. I don't care. Right. Yeah. So, yeah.
And again, everybody's having their own experiences right now. And the best thing you can do is just give them love. Because you don't know what's going on. You don't know, if they're having conflict at home or if they've got no money, or everybody's got a story right now and everybody's experiencing a different kind of stress. Mm-hmm. So the best thing you can do is just give them some love, Yeah. And also I find a great way to avoid the big superstores is supporting local, like the butchers.
Yeah.
Small vegetable markets. I haven't gone to Loblaws. Well, I'm upset with Loblaws actually right now because they've discontinued the President's Choice dark chocolate with almonds. So Loblaws, if you're listening, shame on you.
When are you going to start the petition?
Yeah, I have to start the petition. Mm-hmm. But supporting small local businesses because you get in and out much faster, and a lot of times the food is fresher and better anyway. So I've been going to Row Farm and Raise the Root, and haven't needed to go at all to.
Oh, that's good. And the little wine stores too. There's a little one near me here, and they only allow 2 people in at a time, and it's good.
Yeah, we need to support the local businesses. And also, I don't know if you have it in Burlington, supporting the local restaurants, like the mom and pops. Yeah. So once a week I ordered some nice food and enjoyed it home.
Yeah. That's so great, Catherine. So what else are you doing at home to be good to yourself right now?
Meditating a lot. Which has been really great. I've been going on amazing bike rides. I've been going for walks. I discovered an app on my phone that will tell me how many steps I take every day. It's the one with the heart on it. So I try to do 10,000 to 15,000 steps a day, which is good for the size of my butt. But it's also good meditating. I bought these Sony headphones, so I listen to podcasts. I love Jay Shetty. Painting, and I got a new cat yesterday. I adopted a new cat yesterday, which is really going to help my dating life, getting a new cat. But so I've got the time to get him settled in with the other kitties.
Yeah,
and trying to clean my house, but time has slowed down, and I haven't really done a ton of cleaning and sorting, but enough, and I don't know where time's gone.
Yeah, and gardening too. You'll be into that soon too.
Yeah, I've got my garden all cleaned up. I've got stuff planted, and so I'm good to go, which is great because usually my garden doesn't get tended to until June. So again, I've really enjoyed spring. It's been really nice. So thank you, God. Thank you. Thank you, COVID.
Thank you, COVID, for letting me do my gardening.
Yeah. So, and I've adopted a new habit actually. So I don't know if anybody else is guilty of this. So, of course we don't have to set our alarm clocks because many of us are not working, or there's no pressure to get up with the crack stupid anymore. So I've been sleeping in a lot. And then, so what I'm finding is that I'm watching stupid TV later and then eating mindless food. So last week I decided to switch that up, going to bed earlier and getting up earlier, so that I get more done in the morning, and then I'm not tempted to eat bad food at night, because I'm sure we've all got the COVID-5.
Good. Yeah, that's a great idea. I know, it's true. And it kind of feels like, when you're at home like this, not that it feels like Christmas, it doesn't feel like Christmas, but the trips to the refrigerator are way more, because it's like, let me just go see. I might have missed something.
Yeah, boredom. I'm trying to put structure so that I'm not, eating in between meals. I started doing the metabolic balance diet, which is a really great diet, but you're not allowed to snack. So you eat 3 meals a day. And if I'm working, it's like no problem. I don't snack at all. But being at home, it's like, oh my gosh. Yeah, it's like cheese, and I've been hooked on Rivita crackers with peanut butter and chocolate sprinkles on it.
What
Yeah.
about yours? You have those pink sprinkles too, right? From the
Yeah,
Dutch.
the clear democious, which is basically just sugar. Put it on the peanut butter and it's delicious. So all you Dutch girls out there, I know you know exactly what I'm talking about. The
Oh.
clear democious and the chocolate democious. Which I actually had to restock up on in Burlington the other day. It's like the closest Dutch store. To Burlington.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
It was great because there was no traffic.
Yeah, I know. You realize how close we actually live to each other right now.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, and all you Dutch girls eating that salted licorice. I still want to acquire a taste for it so I can be cool like you, but
I know it's so good and so bad, and you can't. Once you start, you're done.
Yeah.
And then you feel like crap, but it's so good going down.
I love it.
Yeah.
So Catherine, I would love to hear from you, like for anybody who's listening, who's in business for themselves, or and they're just feeling like, what can I do to kind of pivot my business, do things differently during this time when I'm not feeling inspired? Is there any advice you can give, even on sort of like how to get yourself into a place where you feel inspired? Because even for you to get up one morning and decide to go buy an easel and start painting, like that takes a certain amount of oomph. I'm not going to let anything get me down. I'm going to go and do this. Right? Like, how do you kind of get yourself to a place where?
It's a great question. There's lots of different ways. So one thing that I think about sometimes is, how do I want to see myself on the other end of this? And I want to be proud of myself. So I want to make sure that I've worked on my business, because I have the time right now to work on my business. So I'm working on my CRM, which is my client retention method. So I'm working on that, and I'm reaching out to clients as well, new and old, and leads. And it's all about communication these days. It's all, you can't just hide in your home. You got to talk to people. So it's working on your business, which will make you feel proud on the other end. So also taking the time to get out and go for a walk, like walk away from everything, clear your head, and visualize what you want out of life. Do you want your current business? Do you want to change your business? Do you want to shift it? It's a great way to think, right? Right now it's really quiet, so you can focus on what you want, because a lot of times we end up just being on autopilot. And I know for you, Moni, you've switched gears a lot too. It's survival, and you've thought about you've been super creative and thinking of different ways and how to change your business to accommodate for what's going on right now. So, and I'm also very fortunate that I'm on a fabulous team of other amazing agents, and we're still communicating. We're still having Zoom calls. We're not hiding, we're talking, and we're encouraging each other, and again, you have to remaining healthy and getting out and exercising will help your business, no matter what it is.
That's fantastic. Excellent advice. You always give good advice. That's great. So Catherine, thank you so much for today. And I wanted to invite you over to an Instagram after party after this.
Does that mean we're doing shots now?
Yeah, now we're gonna get the tequila shots going. Yeah, so if any of you guys are interested, we're gonna go over to Instagram now, do a little live there. But thank you everyone for joining us. This has been so much fun. And Catherine, you're just so wonderful.
It's my pleasure. I'm such a big fan of Glam Jewels and your amazing energy. You're always out there helping people and having fun doing it. You're a rock star, Moni. I bow to you.
Oh, maybe I'll post one of our famous rock star pics. That's one of the things we didn't share with people. When Catherine and I have cottage weekends, crazy things happen where we use carpet beaters and different things we can find to for our air guitar routines.
That's like the dancing on the dock.
Dancing on the dock, wooden spoons come out. Oh yeah, it's good. Yeah.
It's always a party. You always got to find that kid in you.
Yep, That's what it's all about. All right, Catherine, thank you. I'm going to give me 5 minutes and I will call for you on Instagram.
All right. You shall ring me.
Goodbye, Baroness.
Bye.
Thank you guys so much for chiming in. That was so much fun talking to Catherine. She's really great. And as I said, we are going to do a little Instagram live now. So if you want to come join us, I'll also be uploading this video to IGTV so you can come back and watch it anytime. And of course, it'll stay here on Facebook. So thanks again and have a wonderful, wonderful day. And I hope you treat yourself to something great. Talk to you soon.